Hello, boys and girls. Here's Jenny in her garden again. Jenny, the storytelling garden granny. I write these stories and I do the jacket covers so you can follow along. Sometimes they have an inner meaning, sometimes they're just funny, like this one. This is called The Old Miser Woman. See what she keeps in her home. An old miser woman had a big problem. She didn't know what to do. She saved every silly hat and every worn out shoe. None of her gloves were a pair. She saved them anyway. She didn't care. She saved every sock with a hole. She saved and saved and saved. She was out of control. Some necklaces had a few beads. Others were completely bare. There were dozens of colorful leggings hanging from every chair. A belt too big, a belt too small. She didn't care. She saved them all. Sunglasses of every shape, with one lens out or two. She collected them still, in case someday they would do. She collected and stuffed, stuffed, stuffed. She stuffed all day. She stuffed all night. She could never get enough stuff. She stuffed with all of her might. Her house began to fill, fill, fill. It started in her basement and in her attic too. The seams were popping, but she wasn't stopping. It was her secret thrill. Her bed was a disaster. Her bed you could barely see. Old purses of every color, old stockings, some up to your knee. Her kitchen was piled up to the brim with all non-useful, silly things. Drawers full of chopsticks, toothpicks and plastic ties, empty food boxes falling out of cupboards before your very eyes. She saved box upon box of every size, holding old kitchen clothing and kitchen supplies. In her house now, she had only a deep path. To count each box, she needed a computer perfect in math. She was really overwhelmed and unhappy too. She had a bright idea and a new outrageous plan. She would go to the bank for funny money to see if she can. I need to remodel my home, so I came to your bank to see about a loan. The bank gave her the money right away. She could now put her plan together for the very next day. She smiled to herself. She felt like a fox, stuffing $100 bills everywhere and in every box. She next rented a huge billboard sign with huge words that said, "There is treasure to find. Come to my house. Here is the address, date, and time. Sign on to a list. Plan to wait in line. You can carry anything out. 3 boxes are your limit. Walk through my house. It only takes a few minutes. The items that excite you are to be carried to your home. The treasures you find there are for you alone." She even hired a list maker and set out bottled water too. Folks lined up and signed up. It looked like a zoo. Young people, old people, and those in between, tall ones, short ones, fluffy and lean. They wore hats and had umbrellas, wheelchairs and canes. They all wanted to find treasures for fortune, not fame. In front of the old miser woman's home, there was a line so very long. Block after block it wound around. It extended way out of town. Box after box, containers with socks, purses and old shoes, Folks just knew what to do. Slowly and slowly, all the junk disappeared. The old miser woman cheered and cheered and cheered. Her house was nice again, empty and clean. She had no worries now. She did not have to be mean. Now the town folks loved. Find the treasures gained. The old miser woman gave up a small fortune. Hooray, hooray! Her stuffed house cleaned once again. The end. How about that, boys and girls and listeners? A good way to get rid of your stuff, right? More stories tomorrow in the garden. Bye-bye now.